Is it possible to hit 100,000 followers within just 1 month as a musician? Well, back in 2023, I set out to do exactly that. 2 days before I turned 18, I started a brand new account, starting from scratch, with the hopes of making it big with music. I started posting 3 times a day, and when I had time off high school, I would sit at my desk just recording, rehearsing, and practicing and studying content for literally 10 to 16 hours a day, no exaggeration. And after 3 months straight of this pure grind, I finally got nothing. Now, I'll keep it a buck, this was not a good feeling. Considering the amount of time and effort I was just putting into this. And to make things worse, I was talking to my friend who knew I wanted to make it big with this stuff. And he was like, damn, I thought at this point you would have at least like 500 followers or something. And yeah, he was right. It was sad but true. I had to sit down with myself and admit that I am nowhere near my goals. And if I keep on going at the same rate within 100 years, I'm still going to be nowhere near my goals. Something needed to change. So I just kept on going, tried some different things, and then just a few days later, I got my first ever viral video. I studied why that one went viral, why it did so well, and then I made another one within that style, and that one blew up too. So I kept on making videos like that, and within 5 days, I went from poverty to 34,000 followers and even got my first ever brand deal. And at this point, I really wanted to take a break. I thought I was getting tired, why not celebrate? But no, I doubled down, I kept pushing, and just a few weeks later, we finally hit 100,000 followers. So yes, it's possible to hit 100,000 followers within just 1 month as a normal guy with no tech experience, no content experience, no nothing. And right now, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same within just 3 steps. It's the same few steps that I helped my client Pete with to go from literally like 0 to like 10K within just 1 month. And then he hit 50,000 and got his first ever brand deal. This is nuts. I'm going to break down everything, no gatekeeping, no nothing, and I'm going to give you actionable steps for each part so that you can get 1 step closer today to blowing up online as a musician. So let's get straight into it. First thing you need to do is find your winning format. This and step 2 is by far the highest ROI thing that you can do as a musician. So what is a winning format? Winning just means you're getting your desired results, whatever that may be. This is of course going to be subjective to you, whatever desired results that you want to get, whether it's 10,000 views or 10 million views, which by the way is possible. I've done it a few times. Format bit is just a video style, like, the format of the video. I don't think I can break it down any further. So at its core, a winning format is just a video style that performs how you want it to and that, you don't mind making. And that's literally it. So then how do you find your winning format? Well, you don't. You develop it. Very rarely do I see other creators randomly stumble across their winning format, like completely spontaneously. It's more so something that's developed over time through tweaking and testing and iterations of what's working and what isn't over the course of like weeks or even months. So let me show you guys how I found mine. Now you might think my story was just like a textbook overnight success. I randomly stumbled across this pot of gold and then I just blew up overnight, which is true, but that's only the second half of the story. The first half, the bit you don't see, is 3 months straight of tweaking and testing. Actually, I like that terminology. I think I'm gonna use that from now on. I went through 3 months of just tweaking and testing every single variable within my videos. The camera angle, the lighting, the song choice, the setting, the way I play, which guitar, literally everything. Everything you can think of, I tried. Now that was 3 months straight of 1 to 3 posts a day. Not fun, guys. So let me show you what you can do right now to find your winning format. I'm gonna be going through this real time, so pause and take notes if you need to. First thing I'm gonna do is find out what space you're in. Are you in the drum space, the guitar space, the singer-songwriter space, the jazz space, whatever it is? Find out what space you're in and then search keywords within that space on TikTok. Let me show you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on TikTok. For this example, let's say a drummer. All right, let's say I'm a drummer. What you're gonna do is search up keywords to do with the drumming space. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it broad. I'm just gonna search up drums, and later on you can get more creative with this. The goal here is to just find videos that correlate with our space. Right now it's a drum space. Then what you're gonna do is go into the 3 dots at the top here, go on filters, then go on like count for this month. You're gonna see, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is amazing, right? Here we've got all of the videos that people are engaging with. These are all video formats that work, winning principles that work. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a look at these videos and take some inspiration of what works. We can clearly see, okay, this kind of dark setting, this dark exposure. This works. Also, this POV thing works. And this is a really nice, start, the visual hook where he's doing stick tricks. You're just going through these, seeing why they're all working. And what you're gonna do is take those winning principles and apply it to your content. And I promise you, they will do better. I can't believe I'm actually giving this away for free. However, all of that means nothing if you're not utilizing step 2, which is volume, volume, and volume. It doesn't matter if you have the best format in the world or like the best content ideas that the world has ever set eyes on. If you're not posting them and you're gonna post volume, and for those who aren't aware, when I mean post volume, I just mean the amount of posts that you're doing. So what's the best amount of times a week to post? And the answer to that is as many times as possible without compromising on quality. Now, I want to answer this question just once and for all, because I know people always wonder this and have this on their mind. You might be thinking, oh, but surely there's like a golden time amount of weeks to post. I heard of this one guy, he did 3 times a week and he blew up with that. But this other guy, he did like 7 times a day and he blew up with this. Now guys, please listen to this so that you never have to worry about this again. The algorithm doesn't have like, some robot. It's not some robot that sits there and looks at people's accounts and goes like, this guy posted 7 times a week, let's boost him. This guy posted 6 times a week, let's deactivate and shadow ban his account. This guy posted once a day, let's bless him abundantly. No, the algorithm, it doesn't care for that. It doesn't care. The algorithm is no respecter of persons. It does not display favoritism. Please get it out your head that there's some magical rule to like posting times or posting dates or amount of times you keep posting. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so with that out of the way, from my experience of being within the space for a few years and gaining over 1 million followers combined on all platforms, 7 times a week is a great start. By doing 7 times a week or 1 post a day, posting daily, it gives you a nice amount of data to like look back on, a good amount of feedback to look back on throughout the week, so you can see what's working, so you can improve really quickly. And also it's just enough to not make it like take ages and ages and ages to put together the amount of content to be producing. So the actionable step here is to be posting every single day. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking. Oh, dude, that's gonna take so much time. I don't have time for that. There's no way. I'm way too busy for that. I can't fit that in my schedule. If that's you, you just seem to think that posting every day is gonna be like a full-time job. If that's you, then listen to this. Posting daily does not mean you're working on content daily. I'll say that one more time. Posting daily does not mean you're working daily. Let me tell you guys a story. Back when I was on my come up on a Wednesday, I'll get home late from school and then I'll go straight to the gym. And then by the time I get back from the gym, I'm having dinner with my parents and I gotta do some homework for tomorrow. And obviously I had 0 time to make a video that day, and I'm not waking up at like 6 a.m. to do it. I'm not gonna even recommend that to you guys. Yet that day I was still able to post. How could that be? Well, it's because I already had drafts in my pipeline. When 6 p.m. came about, I would just press post and it's up. Just because I was posting daily doesn't mean I was working on content every single day. On a previous day when I had a bit of time, or maybe on a weekend, I would batch out content. I would make multiple videos that I could just post throughout the week. So get it out of your head that if you need to post every day, you've got to be working on this stuff like a full-time job, and it's just not true. And the second thing you need to get out of your head is that, oh my gosh, it's gonna take ages, all of this, or posting every single day, that's like a full-time job, that's like gonna take so long. Oh, my days. But that's okay. Let me very easily and quickly dismantle this for you guys. If you're watching this far into the video, you're probably a musician. So you know exactly what I'm talking about when you're showing your friend a recital or something you put together that took you hours and hours and 100% effort, 100% focused energy into this, and you show it to them and they're like, oh, that's hard, that's good. Like, that's decent. Then you show them something that you put together in like 15 minutes on like 1% effort, and they'll swear down it's like some of the best stuff they've ever heard in their life. So why does this happen? It's because there's no correlation between the amount of hours you put into something and how much it gets engaged with. There's 0 correlation. Content that gets you results doesn't have to take hours and hours and hours. If anything, it's quite the opposite. And I'll give you this example again because it's so important to understand as musicians who are trying to grow online. The algorithm is no respecter of persons. There's no robot that sits there and thinks, this guy put in 5 hours to make a video, let's boost him. This guy put in 10 hours into make a video, let's put him on everyone's feed. This guy put in 30 minutes into making a video, let's demonetize him and shadow ban him. Guys, use your brain. It doesn't exist. I mean, it doesn't even know, it can't even know how many hours or how much effort you put into the video. Only thing it knows is how people interact with it, the engagement, of which that has no correlation to the amount of effort put into the video. There's no correlation. Think about the last time you were scrolling on your feed and then you interacted and saved and shared a video just because of the effort. No, you interact, save, share, and like a video and engage with the video because it invokes something within you to engage with it. Now, maybe effort could be a tool to induce that similar effect, but it's not the sole mechanism on why people engage with it. So guys, just get it out of your head that more effort and more hours put into content means better content. No, get rid of that. My first ever YouTube video on my main channel, I recorded it on my iPhone 12. I was making hella mistakes near the end. My playing was so messy. I edited it on iMovie. The whole thing probably took less than 2 hours, and that's for a YouTube video. Yet if you go and look at it, it recently just hit 5 million views. My first ever YouTube video. And here's another one. Go to my old TikToks. If you're an experienced guitarist, you'll know and be able to instantly tell that these are not that technical playing, and I quite clearly rushed the production in these. And you would be right, I did. My old ones, they would take no longer than 45 minutes to put together. Yet with that account, I've got just under 1 million followers. It's changed my life, got me some crazy opportunities, and gets 1,000 times more engagement than you do. And I understand that might make me sound like a bit of a dickhead, but it's the truth, and it's how that more effort does not mean more growth. So just get that into your head, guys. You should have no excuse to not be posting every single day. But if you want to work with me one-on-one to put together your own custom content strategy and content plan so you can have the best chance of blowing up as a musician within the quickest amount of time possible, DM me the word growth on Instagram, link to my description. Now, the last step to blow up online as a musician is to keep up that momentum. Whenever change happens, it feels uncomfortable. And I know that's like so cliche, but let me explain why this is important. The goal here is to be incredibly uncomfortable. What we need to get to our goals is drastic change. What got you to a few hundred or a few thousand followers right now as a musician is not what's going to get you to 10k, 20k, 50k, or even 100k. And let me know if this sounds familiar. Once you start seeing a bit of progress within your posts, you see some do better than others, you suddenly start to get every excuse within the book that there is to take a break and chill out. Start telling yourself, slow down, chill out with the content. And even your close friends and family will tell you, hey, you need to slow down or you're gonna burn out, save some content for later. What I say is that, and I say that with a passion. Maybe it's just within my genes, but I hate mediocrity. I hate averageness. I can't stand it. What I say is that when you start seeing results, this is when you actually start working hard. When you start seeing progress in some areas of your content, you're gonna double and even triple down on that. And this is the key to that exponential growth. As a wise man once said, if you're struggling to hit your goals quota, never compromise on the goals, but rather increase the work rates and inputs. I named this third step to keep up momentum, but to be honest, what would be more useful to you guys is to increase the momentum. Because really, this is the biggest thing that you're most likely struggling with right now. I'm not going to go too much on a philosophical tangent, but this is important. You guys, you musicians, don't have growing online problems. You have personal problems. You have problems with who you are. More specifically, you have a problem with that the person that you are right now and who you are isn't what's going to get you to your desired goals. It's your standards of what good growth is. It's what you're happy and content with. It's what you're willing to sacrifice to get to where you actually want to get to. It's what your definition of working hard is. All of which has all to do with your personality and who you are. Now, this might sound like impending doom that you guys are eternally cooked, but I think that this is a beautiful thing. Actually, let me phrase that. I know this is a beautiful thing because it can be changed into whatever you want it to be. And please, guys, don't fall for the illusion that the self is fixed, because it's not. All right, philosophical tangent over. Actionable step that you can do right now to give your account a momentum injection. Make sure you're taking notes on this. But first thing is to look at your most recent posts and see which ones did the best. Then take your time with this, study those posts and see why they went well. Like, what made them do better than the others? What did these posts have that the others don't? Was it how it was presented? Was it the text on the screen? Was it just the video subjects that just really resonated well with the viewer? Whatever it is, really take your time with this and make a note of it. Now, once you've got those winning principles, you're gonna double down on that. What you're gonna do is come up with 7 content ideas incorporating those winning principles. then you're going to get to work, because this is going to be your content for next week. Then repeat this process once a week, and with enough time, you'll get your desired results and your winning format, which is then how you're going to make it online as a musician. If you want me to help you one-on-one to blow up online as a musician so you can get the sponsors to grow online, grow your community, get those opportunities, get brand deals, and finally get yourself out there as a musician, DM me the word growth on Instagram and we can talk to see if I'm able to help you or not reach those goals. Like and subscribe if this was useful. Comment what you thought about this video, and yeah, that's it. Peace out.